Jane and I are going to demonstrate request approach training. With request approach training, my dog offers some kind of duration start button to let me know that they want a person to approach. Now, the duration start button that Jane is going to be offering is resting her chin on this stool. When she does that, it's her saying that she wants my helper here to move. If she were to raise her chin off of the stool, that's her saying she wants the helper to stop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just showing Jane what this is going to look like. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking every time she places her chin on the stool, and then I'm feeding out of position. By feeding out of position, I'm giving her the opportunity to say, yes, please have the helper move again. If I were to feed her in position, then she's not getting the opportunity to say that she's once again comfortable. So I want her to be able to say that. So what we're going to do to start, so now Jane is fluently showing me that she understands that we're offering a chin rest right now. I'm going to now have my helper move when she offers the chin rest. Now, the movement to start is going to be the helper walking by, not actually towards Jane, because I just want Jane to understand that her start button gets the helper moving. When Jane offers her chin rest, my helper is going to move from one cone to another. When she reaches the second cone, I'm going to click. I'm going to feed Jane out of position, and the click cues my helper to return to her first cone. So that the helper is never moving indefinitely for my dog, there is always a stopping point. So Jane is learning right now that by putting her chin on the stool, she's getting my helper to move back and forth. So now that Jane has showed me that she's comfortable with my helper moving, I'm going to have my helper start to approach her. Now I'm going to do it in a way that's going to be comfortable for Jane. Jane knows my helper, so this is going to be very comfortable for her. So when Jane offers a chin rest, my helper moves closer. I click when she gets to the cone closest to us, and then I feed Jane out of position so that she can play the game again. So she offers her chin rest, my helper approaches, and I feed out of position. My helper always goes back to the original spot as soon as I click. So my clicker is a marker for my helper to return. And as you can see, we're using very clear cones. That helps both my helper understand where she's going, and it helps Jane understand that there's going to be a stopping point for my helper. Okay. As my learner shows that she's comfortable with my helper approaching, I can have my helper get closer. So now when Jane offers her start button, my helper gets closer to her, and I go through the same process. So Jane is letting us know that she's very comfortable with the person approaching her, and then that's what's continuing the game. And I can use this with a number of different helpers. I can start to incorporate maybe other animals, helpers into this game, but I want to start with what's most neutral, so a friend of Jane's, and then slowly work my way up. If at any point Jane were to put her chin on the stool and then lift her chin before our helper approached, we would have the helper stop and move back, because that's Jane telling her to stop. And so that's how we teach request approach training.